Okay.
So, and we'll go over that again, Phyllis, so that it'll be on the recording too,
Okay.
so you can see it. And I might put it on Eric's, but we're going to be using Eric's. And the reason I want to use Eric's pages or page today is because um, he he's fairly new. He's been in for about 4 weeks. If he's been in 4 weeks, maybe 3.
Okay.
And I know a lot of you have issues or have trouble modifying your pages, and I just want to show you how not to be afraid of changing something you don't like. Um, so that's exactly what he has done. And I want to show you one of his pages. I'm going to go ahead and pull it. And like with the coffee page, everybody gets the coffee page. It's all Rory's personal pages. It's Rory's personal experience. Well, Eric, he he's a truck driver. He has no, and he tells me all the time he has no knowledge whatsoever of how to use a computer, how to use the programs that we have, and we're teaching him that as we go. But he has a very great gift of gab, and he's probably going to be on here in a minute. And I absolutely love it. And he told me flat out that he didn't feel comfortable with some of the stuff that is on the site, that it didn't relate to him, so he didn't feel like, that he could promote it honestly. And that's what I'm trying to relate to all of my students, even the ones of you that come to this class. If there's something on these pages you don't like, you don't have to leave it there. Like with this page on his coffee, he read it, he took the general information out about what the coffee does, and then he completely revamped it to suit what he feels in his lifestyle. He used his Star Wars references. He used all kind of little innuendos. He talks about himself and his, looking at Jabba in the mirror in the morning, you know, different things like that, but it's totally 100% his. But the thing about it is the general information about what the coffee does is still here. It still loses weight. It still curbs your appetite. It's delicious. You don't have to have no exercise, no special diet. Don't change your lifestyle. And then he comes down at the end and he says, dang it, I forgot to tell you. It's like he's talking to you personally. And that's something I'm trying to convey to everybody on our conferences, is that this is the way you need to be doing your pages. Like there's somebody right in front of you and you're explaining what you know about this product or about this page. You're explaining it to them verbatim how you want to. And you're just, the only difference is instead of talking to them face to face, you're putting it on paper. I still say paper, but you're writing it up in your blog. And I told him I was going to use his page today to let you see that you don't have to use Rory's languages. You don't have to use Paul's wording. You don't have to use Rory's wording. Just take the general overall idea of what the page is about and then revamp it into your own words. Make it completely yours. Then you don't have to worry about using the plagiarism checker to see if you've copied somebody else's thoughts or processes or anything. It's completely and totally yours. And I just laugh. He sends every time he finishes a homework page, he sends it to me, and I just laugh because it's like, God, I can see you sitting right here in front of me talking to me, you know. And it's interesting, it's entertaining, but that's his personality. Um, so that's, if I can't convey anything else to you about how to write these pages, is just take Rory and Paul completely out of it and put yourself in there. How would you talk to somebody sitting directly across from you that says, what do you know about weight loss coffee? Or what do you know about wine? Or what do you know about clothing? Or what do you know about shoes? Or what do about vitamins and health and, any kind of product that we can market? And you basically telling them what that is. And that's what he's done. And so that's just something I just wanted to throw out there to you, um, that it doesn't have to be hard. Don't try to be
You're on
Rory,
to
huh? Don't try to be Rory. Don't try to be Paul. Just try to have fun and convey your true feelings and experiences about these products and about your paper. And if you have to research it, or, call and, Skype me or Skype
That's enough.
our student chats and just let people know and say, hey, this is what we need to do. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to use his site to add those pages. So I'm going to mute us all. And then at the end of it, we're going to unmute. Well, first of all, is there any questions that anybody wants us to specifically go over today?
Morning, Sheila.
Morning. How are you, Eric? I was just bragging on you.
Thank you. I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm doing well.
Cool.
So, all right. So any questions on anything that we need to go over today? Anybody specifically? Anything? No? All right. I'll wait till after class then. All right. So I'm going to mute everybody. And then after we go over this, then I'll unmute. Or if you have a question, just unmute yourself. And we'll go from there. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to add the pages that we need to add from the tipping circle. So let me go to our student classroom chat as soon as I find it.
Sorry I'm late getting in here, Sheila,
Good. As long as you're here, I know you got to jump off early, so that'll be fine.
but I'll be back.
Yep. Good. Yeah, we got to get somebody to come cut our tree down too.
What are we going on student chat, like on Skype?
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in here again because they've been here for a while.
Oh, and put them in chat?
I'm going to put them in chat.
Thank you, sweetie.
And then that way you can follow along in the chat group. And as I go through each one, you can grab it. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to come here and I'm going to grab the first one, which is PGN.
Put them in the chat?
Yeah, check your chat. I just posted them in there. Did they not post?
Okay, I'll scroll up.
Let's see, they should. All right, why are they not going over?
Thank you. Oh, there they
There
are.
they are. I didn't hit enter hard enough, I guess. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to come back to the page and we're going to come up here to where it says new and we're going to come to where it says page. Make sure you are on page and not post, and it's going to open up a new page. And of course, I'm going to come and use Jaxie. As always, I like using Jaxie. And we're going to find a good keyword. All right, so why are you?
You've already been in here doing the page of chat.
Yeah, I've done several pages. I just had to go in and change it. So we're going to come here and do Giving Network. And we're going to see what we can find. Okay, so if we just use the Giving Network, there's 178 people competing for that. To me, that's too many. Here we got the Performance Giving Network, so we're going to see what that one is. So there's 108, but there's a 93% chance that you have of getting that. So we can use that if we want to. Give Network, Giving Online. We don't want to use all that because we're not really giving online. Network giving. So all of these are changing what we're actually doing. So we're going to come back here and we're going to use, let's just use giving. Well, no, we're going to use this one. Okay. So we're going to use the Giving Network. All right.
So this will be the key phrase?
This will be our key phrase. Yep. So, and it's also going to be the title. So we're going to come up here and we're going to do Performance Giving Network. And
So
then at the end,
can many people use that same title?
yes, as many people can use it. Yeah, the more people
Okay.
you use it and flood the market, that's fine.
Awesome. All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
And the reason I'm putting PGN at the end is because everybody that is in Tipping Circle, at the end of Tipping Circle, when they go into the app network, you have 3 links that's going to come to your page. And these specific titles need to be in your link for them to work. So if you don't have that, you need to have it. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. Okay, make sure I'm recording. So here's our key, and then all we're going to do is come to Rory's page, and we're just going to copy straight this page, just copy it. Okay, and then I'm going to come here and paste. All right, so as you can see, there's no images, nothing, but we do want to make sure we take these links out because these are Rory's links. We do not want Rory's links in there. So you're going to come back here and break all the links. I'm going to break all these links. Nope. All right, pull my page up, break the link. All right, and then after we do that, we're going to come down to our SEO and we're going to type in our key phrase. Now, this is important. This is what you need to pay attention to. So our key phrase, remember, key phrase is always in lowercase. Okay. However, when we come to, and then we're going to do our edit snippet, and I'll let him do that. So whenever you do your edit your snippet in your meta description, I usually don't do my meta description until after I've written my whole page. That way I have a better idea of what I want specifically to say about it. So I'm going to leave that blank, and then I'm going to go ahead and publish this page. And the reason I'm publishing it so you can see what needs to be changed. So then, because of our Tipping Circle page needs to just say PGN. When I come to the snippet editor, you see your slug says Performance Given Network PGN. We need to take that out and just put PGN. Okay. And then we need to update it. So now our title of our page is Performance Given Network PGN. But when we go to our document and our permalink is going to just say PGN, which is what we want it to say. So that's one of the things you need to do for that. So this page is done.
Okay, mine didn't do it.
Okay.
What did I do wrong?
All right. So make sure when you go to Snippet Editor, you're going to edit your snippet. Come down to your slug and take the slug out, not your key phrase, your slug. Take that out and just type in PGN. And then hit your update.
Okay, I see my focus key phrase. I don't see my slug.
Okay, so then you need to open your snippet editor. So right up underneath your SEO, go to where it says edit snippet. And right up underneath your SEO title, you should have the word slug.
Okay, I got it. Then just put PGN.
PGN. Now, if that changes your SEO or your readability, then that means you need to put PGN somewhere within your pages, but make sure it makes sense. So if you have the Performance Given Network or Giving Network, make sure you put the initials PGN before you put Giving Network or Performance Given Network or however you do your pages. That way it shows that you've used that title or that phrase at least a couple of times, and then that will give you back your green.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so I put the PGN in the slug.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very top, my title's Performance Giving Work PGN.
Yep.
And then on my URL slug is PGN.
Yep, your URL slug's going to be PGN.
Let's see what it is. It's updating now. PGN. Okay, so let's see.
So then when you go to documents and you see your permalink should say whatever your URL is, and at the end should say PGN.
Oops. No. Okay, it says the last part of the URL read about permalink. View page, so is it the view page is where
Yep.
is the permalink?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that says PGN at the end, correct?
Yes, I got
So
it.
that's right. All right, so now we got that one done. So now we're going to do the next one. All right, so then we're going to go back and we're going to go to add new and do page. And then we're going to get the next link, which is paid to chat. And I already know that's a good one. And so we're going to come to our new page and we're going to go to Jaxi. And we're going to do all right, so paid to chat, it shows you it's a great key phrase, but we can also use so let's see what chat says. We just use the word chat. So here's another one. If we just use the word chat, look how many clicks get to that a day. There's 245 people that have that as a key phrase, and you have a possibility of 65% of ranking. But look at the traffic. So this is another one where we're going to go and modify it. So this one we're going to do all right, and then we're going to come back and we're going to copy this information. And Rory's changed his up a bit since the last time I was in here.
You know, I'm like,
And then we're going to paste the information. And so I just put paid to chat. What a concept. All right. And he's got get paid to chat. So this is where you can come in and change your title however you want to after you copy everything in. You're going to go in. The first thing you want to do is this is Rory's meme right here. It does not have your URL in there. It has his. You don't want that in there. So you're going to remove that block, take that out of there. These other images you can leave in there if you want, or you can change them up. And then you want to go in and remove your links. Those links that are in there, because they're all Rory's, you want them to be yours. I don't think he didn't link the images right now, which is fine. So he's just got links in there.
because I was looking for the link in images and he doesn't have any.
Nope,
Okay.
he doesn't have them in there.
Whew, okay.
So we're just going to remove these. I think that was it. Nope, there's a couple more down here.
I think his pictures have links too.
They don't. I don't think they do. The ones that I've done so far, because if it does, when you clicked on it, this would be highlighted. So the images doesn't have a link. Oh,
Okay.
that one does. That one's got Prime 1. Oh, that's different. Okay, we're going to remove that one. Yep.
Yeah, 'cause
Let's go back.
I removed links from my pictures.
So let's check and make sure. Yep, he's got his Prime 1 in there. Okay, we're going to take those out. So we're going to come here, hit your link button, and just hit the X right here and remove that. All right, sorry about that. So when you click on it, hit the link, and at the end of it, it's going to have a little X. Just click that X to remove it. Let's see if he's got these linked. No.
Wait, let me see the X. Oh, shoot.
All right, let's see if there's another one. That might not be another one. That might be all. Yeah, we'll do another one. I'll show you.
Yeah. Why didn't I see the X? Like I'm right in the picture, but I don't see.
Yeah, if you click on the picture, click on the link button.
Okay, wait. Okay, got it.
At the end of the link, if there's a link in there, there's going to be a check mark and an X. Click the X, and that will remove the link.
Check. Oh, okay. I guess I already. it was, okay, I already unlinked it or that wasn't there. I'm gonna go back up to my green one.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's,
I-
okay, it's unlinked. I already did it, I guess. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
That's why I'm panicking. 'cause I'm
You're
like,
fine. All right, and then we're gonna come here and actually I'm gonna do yeah. So right now we're gonna come up here and we're gonna do our focus key phrase, and this time it's gonna be the same thing. Actually, we're gonna do chat as our key phrase because it gets over 1 million hits a day. But then we're gonna come and do our snippet editor. Actually, we're gonna publish. It's published. Then we're gonna come to edit snippet. We're gonna go to our slug, and we're just gonna do paid to chat. And then we're going to update. Okay. And then always your SEO is going to be orange, but that's fine. As you go back and remodify these pages and put your information in, you can fix that. It's going to be mostly that you don't have any links. See, no outbound, no internal meta description. And you're going to get this, the key phrase in the title is not exact. That's fine. We just want an overall green and green. Your key phrase is not going to match your slug, and we don't want it to in this particular case because we have specific things that we need done, but it's still going to be an overall green and green. Okay. So how's everybody doing on that one? You got that one good?
Sheila, just show me one more time where the slug is. I can't pull up
Okay.
that,
So when you go to your SEO,
right?
right up underneath it, it's going to say edit snippet.
Right. Oh, that's the part I always
Yep.
miss. Okay.
So when you click on your edit snippet, right underneath your SEO title is going to be slug, and you want to just type in paid to chat. Now, I also notice a lot of people will put the hyphens in. Don't. It will automatically put the hyphens in where they need to be once you update.
And no capitals either?
No capitals. You don't do capitals on your focus key phrase or your slug, even if it's a proper noun. You know, even though it's, you know, everybody should know what a proper noun is: name, place, specific people, things like that. So you don't want to put any capitalization on your slug or on your focus key phrase. Always lowercase.
I still don't have that box.
Did you hit edit snippet?
Oh, duh, no. There's always a step. I forget. Okay.
All right. And I did do a couple of, looked at a couple of people's websites this week. They asked me to go through and look at it. And they had their title in orange. There's 2 reasons why your SEO title's in orange. One, it's either too long or it's too short. So I have a student, hers is always going to be too long because of her name of her website. So if you take your site title out, it may lengthen, shorten it, but you don't want people to not be able to see your website title. So if you can just keep, if it's too long, orange because it's too long, and it's just because your site title is too long, that's fine. As long as your overall is green and green, you will be fine. So as long as these 2 are green and green, the oranges in the bottom doesn't matter. Okay. So we're going to update on this.
Oh,
All right. So is everybody good on the paid to chat?
Sheila, I got a question.
Okay.
And I always have this problem how do you know what an internal links are?
Okay. Your internal link means it's going back to a page in your system. Always. So like with this one, like we did with the PNG, your internal link would be your paid to chat page that we're creating, your paid TV or your free TV, which is your TV page we're going to be creating. So it's always going to be a page or reference back to a page in your system. That's your internal link. Your outside link is going to go to the source of those pages. So if you're doing your free TV and you're telling them, hey, go to my Tipping Circle app, you know, and you're going to send them straight to that link. But then if you're saying, hey, you know, while you're watching your favorite TV, get you some popcorn and your favorite glass of wine, then you want to send them to your wine page. So then you would do an internal link that's going to send them back to your wine page in your system.
Okay, yeah, because mine always says I need more internal links.
Internal links. So that's what it means. That means you don't have a link referencing back to a page in your system.
Okay.
Okay. So like if you are doing, and I'll go over that. Let me make a note to do that. Hold on. And I'll do that. I'll show you how to do that. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
So you're welcome. So I got that on my list. We did that one. And that one. Okay. All right. So make sure this is updated and published. And so now we're going to do the next one. And so we're going to come and do a page. And then we're just going to grab the next one, which is Tipping Circle. So we're going to come here to our new page. Let's get rid of this one. And again, we're going to go here and see what they have for Tipping Circle. And they have it one word. Let's see what comes up with that. Okay, so Tipping Circle is one word, is less than 10. Okay, so we never want to use anything that's less than 10 unless we are creating a new key phrase that we want people to catch on with. This one right here, with it separated, is the one we're going to use. So again, we're going to come back here and we're going to say, well, if I can type.
I've got 2 tipping circles set up.
Okay, so if you already have a tipping circle and you have not advertised it, then all you have to do is modify your slug.
Okay, I got to figure out what, I've got 2 of them set up.
Yep. So if the information is the same and you're good with it, you don't have to create a whole nother one. All you have to do, if you haven't advertised it yet, is just go in and change the slug and do exactly what we're doing here.
Okay.
So yeah, I did the same thing. I had like 4 or 5 pages already, and I was like, man, which one haven't I advertised a lot?
Okay.
Because I had already advertised them, but there is a couple that I only had a couple of ads out there, so I changed that one, and it'll be fine.
Okay.
So then we're just going to paste this information, and I'm actually going to use this one to show you. So this was an external link or an outside link. You see, it's taking him to his Tipping Circle page or Tipping Circle sign up. Same thing with here, it's taking him to his Tipping Circle sign up. Here's the image. We're going to hit the link and we're going to hit the X. See the X right here? We're going to take that link out. This one here is taking him to his Tipping Circle. So we want to remove that. This is Stakebase. It's taking him to Stakebase, which is not up and running yet. So take rid of that one. That one. So we're going to remove the links. And then here it's taking them to the Tipping Circle to sign up for Tipping Circle. Okay, Tipping Circle. All right, so right here where it says go here for free TV, this is an internal link. You see where it's going back to his website, 1f16.com/TV. That's an internal link. That's taking them back to a page in his system.
Okay.
So that's why we're saying if you can put in some references to other things, if you can tie 1 or 2 different ads together or different programs together in one page, that's fine, especially if you already have a page created for it. Instead of rewriting it, just say, hey, you want more information or have another, you know, like he says here, you know, bonus, go here to get free TV. You know, you can do the same thing. Hey, you like wine, if you need to lose some weight, you know, whatever, you can always refer it back to a page you've already created. And that's
Okay.
what he's done. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and hit publish.
And we
Okay.
haven't added any links to this, right?
No, nope, we haven't added any links.
Are we going to?
Well, I don't know his links, but I can go to my page and add some, so we can do that. Because I actually have to change some of my health and fitness pages. And so we can do that. So now what we're going to do, since it's published, now we're going to come into our SEO and we're going to type in our key phrase. And our key phrase is going to be tipping circle, separated. Okay? Because that had the most hits. And then we're going to come to our edit snippet. And we're going to come to our slug. And we're going to take this out. And we're going to put tipping circle, one word. And then we're going to hit our update. Okay.
Excuse me,
then-
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So why did you make it that one word and not 2 words?
Because when we go to our tipping circle site, there are, let me get that, it's under marketing. So if I go to my tipping circle portal and I log in, and I'm going to come here to my apps and go to my integrated apps. At the bottom of these, you have these 3 programs. Okay. So if I click on them, it's going to take them to my page that I have. And it used to go to Rory's, but they're fixing that now to my link. So if they come here and click on that, they're going to come to my page and see my information. Okay. And that's what we want. Before it went to Rory's, now it's going to ours. If you don't have a page created for that, when they go to set yours up and you click that, it's going to take them to a page not found. So each one of these links is based on these pages that we are creating now. So even though we use tipping circle as our focus key phrase separated, the way they are putting these in here, we have to make them exactly the same or it won't work. It won't go to the page we want it to go to. That makes sense?
It does.
Okay.
Thank
Good.
you.
You're very welcome. So those of you that are in tipping circle, if you come to here and it goes to page not found, then that means you don't have the key phrase set up the way it needs to be set up, or your slug set up to the way it needs to be set up. So if you're having issues with that, send me the link, send a request into either with your instructor or send it in the student chat that we have, and I'll see what, explain to you what we need to go and do. All right. So this is Rory. So then we're going to come back to this page. And again, if we look at our SEO, we're going to open it up, and mostly it's going to say no outbound links, internal links. You're going to get this all the time. Key phrase in introduction doesn't matter because we separated it, which is fine, and no meta description. The other thing we want to make sure is that there's only a few pictures in here because it's a very short page. So just when you modify, just come here. Usually when you get these 3 taken care of, this one will not matter. And what it's telling you is that your key phrase does not appear in the first sentence. And you can change that. So always read what it's telling you. So if it's saying that your key phrase, which is here, tipping circle, and it's saying it doesn't appear in the first paragraph, you always want your key phrase to at least be in the first paragraph, the first few words. This will go away after that. Okay. And so it says you use this key phrase once before, so that means he's already got a page somewhere in here for tipping circle, which is fine. We'll find that later. I probably added it already and don't remember adding it. So we're going to hit update again. And I probably did. I thought I did put his in there. So then I'm going to go back and look and see if we've added these other pages. And the way I can do that is I'm going to go to menu. And that'll show me all the recent pages that I've added. So we did add the tipping circle already. So he already has a tipping circle page. We just added performance giving, paid to chat. So this is the one. So he's already got another tipping circle in there, which is fine. We'll go in and fix that later. So, all right. So now we're going to go to our next page. which is going to be paid to game. And again, we're going to go to Jaxi. And again, here's another great key phrase, gaming just by itself, 65. And then it's talking about best gaming PCs. We're not talking about that. Buy gaming PCs, gaming, custom desktops, we don't need any of that. So if we come here and type in paid to game, so we got that one's got 45. So let's see which this one pulls up. So paid to game, it has 117. You get about 40 hits off of that if you use that as a key phrase. Here's another one, get paid to play games. That's a great one.
Does that have to match the title?
No, but it has to be in the title. That's why when you pick a key phrase, you need to make sure you can use it adequately in your title and in wording as you're writing.
And that's exact words that's on there, or no?
Yeah, not just to highlight it, you have to use these exact words. What it's highlighting is my keywords that I've put in.
Okay.
But the exact words right here is the ones that people are searching for.
Okay.
So how to get paid. See, like this one, how to get paid, play games. That would make no sense to me. I would always put 2 in there. And the minute you put 2 in there, it changes your whole key search. So get paid to play games on. That's a great one. And all right, so we're going to use that one. And the reason I want to use that is because it's a open-ended sentence. So you could put whatever you want to at the end of this and it will be fine. So we're going to use this one. Get paid to play games on. So we're going to put that. And CSPN is the network for the gaming system. I should have left that up there. A Tipping Circle. So we're going to go back to Tipping Circle. And we're going to go to Prime One Play. So CSPN is the name of the play center. So that's why I put the CSPN at the end of this, CSPN. All right. But our key phrase is going to be get paid to play games on. We have to make sure we put that on there. All right. So then we're going to come here. We're going to copy. We're going to go back here and we're going to paste everything in. And again, like I said, this is Rory's link. I mean, his meme. We don't want his on there because it's directing people to go to his link. So we're just going to remove this out of here. And then we're going to come here and break all the links because we want to make sure your links are in there. And if you have not signed up for Tipping Circle, get with your instructor because you need to have their reference link to sign up so that you will be included in their circle. All right. And then we're going to publish this page. All right. And then we're going to come down here. Again, our focus key phrase is going to be paid to game, paid to play games on. That it? Make sure I got the right one. Get paid to play games on. Okay, make sure I put that. Is it game or games? Okay, games. It's games, yeah. Get paid to play games on. This one. Get paid to play games on. All right, so let me make sure I put that exact one. Get paid to, let me. All right, so there's that. We're going to update it. And then again, here's one that we're going to change. So we're going to come here and hit edit our snippet. We're going to go to our slug and we're going to get this out. And we're going to put paid to game. Or is it get paid? I think it's paid to game. Let's look at the slug here again. Yep, paid to game. So we want to make sure it stays paid to game. All right, and then we're going to close our snippet editor and then update. And again, you're going to have the same information. This one, it says we don't have any images or there's no image attributes. We got the information's too long. We don't have enough subheadings, no meta description. We didn't put the focus key phrase, so we got to come back in and add that in there. Again, key phrase and introduction, internal links, and outbound links because we changed our key phrase, which is fine. So that'll just give extra homework that they'll have to do is just go in and make sure that we've used this key phrase at the beginning, that we've used it in a couple of the information. But also he's going to need to expand this because if you look up here at your information, it's called your content structure. It's got 332 words, which is fine, but you only have one heading. You have 5 paragraphs and 7 blocks. So that's not enough headings for the amount of words. So we're going to have, that'll be some homework he'll have to do. And I don't think he's going to have any problems with that. So there's the one for paid to game. So is everybody following me so far?
I got a question.
Okay.
Over here on mine, the focus key phrase, it doesn't have the dashes in it. Did I do something wrong?
No, it shouldn't have dashes in focus key phrase.
On the right-hand side?
Mm-mm. So the only thing you should, there shouldn't be a focus, you should have your permalink. So where are you seeing your focus key phrase on the right-hand side?
Where's my permalink?
Go to documents, where it says documents and blocks. Go to documents and look under permalink.
I don't see documents.
Okay.
To draft, preview, update, and then the little settings.
All right, so you don't have a,
I got it.
okay.
It's in my settings. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
It says, my slide says paid to game.
Yep. View page says paid to game. That's what it should say.
Okay,
Yeah, but your
got it.
focus key phrase should not have dashes in them.
Right.
and-
Okay.
and the reason-
my focus says get paid to play games on, and then my slug is paid to game.
Exactly. Mhm.
Okay, I got it then.
Yep.
Thank you.
So you perfect. Good job. All right. So there we go. Okay. So we got that one done. So now we're going to go to TV. And TV is a great key phrase by itself. I'll go ahead and get rid of that one. Let's go to Jaxie. And I'm just going to type in TV. So, I mean, you have 518,000 people searching for TV. And then if you put free TV or streaming TV. So right now we're looking for key phrases. Okay, so this one says watch free TV. Watch free TV shows, watch free TV. Free TV shows online. Because this one, I like this one. because it's not just free TV shows. Watch free TV online. I like that one. So we're going to come back up here. And we are going to make sure this one's updated. And then we're going to come back and get a new page. And we're going to type all right, and even though I'm putting these in, this is just for training, so you can always come back and change it. Just make sure you keep your key phrase if you want to, or you can actually go in and search and find different ones. It's totally up to you, but this is just to get your pages put in there so that you can have something to work on for your tipping circle information. All right, so then we're going to come back here and paste this information in here. And then again, like I said, we got to remove these because it has Rory's links in it. And then we're going to break the links. All right, come on. All right, this little booger right here. There we go. I think we got it all that time. All right, and then we're going to hit publish. All right, and then we're going to come here and do our focus key phrase, which is watch free TV online. And then we're going to come here to our edit snippet, and our slug is going to be TV. And then edit snippet. Okay. And then we're going to hit our update. And then we're going to check our document and make sure it says TV. And so this says TV2. So that means he's got a page somewhere else with TV. I don't want TV2. Let's update it and see if it's going to put, yeah, for some reason it's putting that 2 on there. I have to go back and check that unless he's already got it. Let's see what SEO says. Right, so maybe it's because it's too short, but I don't know why it's got the TV-2, but we're going to leave that in there. It's for some reason it's putting that 2 on there. So we'll leave it in there. But I don't want it in there. It's putting that 2. I don't want that 2 in there. So we'll have to figure that one out, why it's putting that 2 in there. Yep, putting that 2 in there. I have to do some research on that. But that's how you're going to do that. For some reason, it's putting the 2 on the end of that one. If it's putting it on yours, just leave it for right now. It'll still go to where we need it to go to. It's probably because it's too short or because it's an abbreviation. But that's how you would do that one. It only has one image in it right now, so you're going to actually be adding some images. And then the next one we're going to do is our helium hotspot. And again, we're just going to come here and grab a new page.
Are you getting the page? Because I'm just getting not post found.
On which one?
The one we're doing, helium hotspot. Or did I lose you somewhere?
No, it's here. So did I not post it? Make sure. I'm going to put it back in the chat.
Yeah, it's there. I copied all the others and it was fine. Maybe did I mess up on that one? Okay. I'll copy it again.
Yeah, make sure it has that / on the end. I noticed it doesn't have the / in there. So make sure that / is on the end.
Aha.
Yep, that makes a difference.
Sheila, I'm so sorry, but could I ask for the slug for the TV page again? I didn't get that.
It's just going to be TV. And for some reason, it's putting a 2 at the end of it. And it's probably because it's too short.
Okay.
Or because they think it's because it's an abbreviation. So just leave that 2 in there to be fine.
Okay, thank you.
And helium hotspot is relatively, it's a new concept, but it's been around for a while. So we're going to see what it has. So we're actually creating this link for helium hotspots. So that's why you're going to get this particular -10 because we are creating that information.
All right, stupid question. I copied it and emailed it to myself and I just can't add the / on the end. Why is it not letting me do that? It's
When you go, if you put it in,
uh-huh.
so if it's coming up page not found, just go up here to your toolbar and just add a / to the link.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh God. All right, wait a minute.
You're fine.
All right, go. All right. All right, that's not what I've been doing, but okay. Got up here and plus and okay.
Yeah, so just go to your search bar. Whenever when it shows up and it says page not found, go up here at the very top and put a / behind spot and it should come up.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. But helium hotspot is a fairly new, like I said, it's a new concept that we're having or that we're creating information on. So we're going to use that because there's really nothing else out there. And this one says, get a helium hotspot, earn using helium hotspot. See what? So this one is peer-to-peer network, which is what a helium hotspot is. And so we're going to use that one.
Okay, whatever.
So we're going to put helium hotspot. All right. And we're going to copy this information.
Sheila, are you gonna hop on that?
I already have.
You already got the hop?
Oh, I did hop instead of hot.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're going to hop right onto that. See, you would have caught that when you went back to edit these.
Yeah.
All right, so there's that one, and I don't think he has a meme for this one that's in there, and he doesn't. So you can actually use these images that are in here. We're going to come in and remove the links. All right. And like the other thing I want to show you is how big that image is, and you can leave the image that size. You can downsize it if you want to. And the way you downsize an image is once you click on the image, you see these blue dots. That helps you determine the size of your image. And you can make it smaller if you want to, and then by then you can move it to the left or right of the image, or you can leave it big and leave it centered. So it'll be totally up to you how you want to do your images. Hold on a minute. All right, and then I'm going to publish this. All right, and then we're going to come down here, and our key phrase is going to be peer-to-peer network. All right, and then we're going to do our edit snippet, and we're going to just do helium hotspot. And close. And then we're going to update. All right, so now all we have to do is make sure when we go back and modify this, we have the word helium hotspot already in there. So now we're going to do a peer-to-peer network. Has to show up in the beginning of this paragraph, or however paragraph that when you go to modify it and edit it, you need to make sure that your focus key phrase appears in your first sentence. Okay, so that's why I say we try to, whenever you do a key phrase, you need to make sure that it's easy to use in a sentence, that it's not weird, that in order for you to make it sound grammatically correct, that you have to add more to it. Because whenever you do a keyword search, whatever shows up is the exact phrasing that you have to use to get those numbers. If you change it or modify it in any way, it changes the whole content and your whole search option. So again, make sure whenever you do that, that you do use the exact same ones that they have. Okay, so now that we've, yes.
Sheila, I got a question here. On my slug, I had helium hotspot, and I changed it to what you had up at the top for right now. And so when I go back to the slug, it won't let me change it.
Are you in edit?
Yeah. It goes back. Okay, if I go, my key phrase is helium hotspot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to be lower numbers, letters?
Lowercase, yep.
Okay, I wonder if that's why. I had them in caps.
Yeah, it's always going to, even your slug, even if you put it in caps, the slug's always going to revert to lowercase. But you don't want capitalization in your focus key phrase or your slug. It doesn't matter what it is in your title.
Maybe that's what was happening.
Yep, so just remove it completely.
Okay, and on the slug, it's supposed to be helium hotspot?
Yep. And don't put the dashes in it. It will automatically put the dashes in it once you update.
See, when I go to put helium, it puts all of that stuff back in there.
Okay, backspace it, because that's what was happening to me, and I was backspacing too many characters for what was there. So if you just highlight it and hit backspace and take it completely out, see if that'll let you do it.
Okay, it let me do it that time.
Okay.
Talk
Yeah,
about tricky.
it was, yeah, it does. If you backspace more than the character allowed, it will revert back to the original information.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very sensitive that way. And if you ever have that issue where it won't let you change something that's been published, switch it to draft, remove all your information, and then put it back in, and then publish it, and it will fix it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, so now that we have all of our pages in, now we're going to put them in our category. So that's why Performance Giving Network should have been in capitalization. So we're going to make sure that it was there. So now we're going to go to our menus. And we're going to add those pages that we just did. So that's why I have Performance Giving Network capitalized, because it is going to be our new category. We're going to do Tipping Circle, Get Paid to Game, Watch TV, and Helium Hotspot. So we're going to add all of those at one time. I'm going to click Add to Menu. All right, so once we add them to menu, they're going to be at the very bottom of our page. So then what we're going to do is we're going to move everything underneath Performance Giving. And you can put them in alphabetical order if you want, or you can just put them in order. So we're going to do Get Paid, and we're going to indent it. Helium. And I might come back and switch these around based on what I think is the better, how I want them to be. And then Tipping Circle. See, I think Tipping Circle should be first because it is the key to all of them, and then probably TV. I put them in order of importance. All right, so now that you have those there, then you can move the whole tab. And then you want to make sure that you put this in alphabetical order. So it should go right here. And then pets should be right there. So now that we have it listed, parenting, performance, and then pets. So that's good. And then we're going to come down to the bottom and save our menu. All right, so then once our menu is saved, then we can come back and look at our website. And then we should have a new category menu setting right there, Performance Giving Network, PGN, and then there's all of our different programs. Okay? So how are we so far?
Looks good to me.
All right. All right, so Eric, if you're still on, there's your homework for this week after you do those other 2 pages.
I had a quick question.
Yes.
I'm working on my iPad today and everything's different, so I'm not actually following along, but Priscilla had sent me all these new page links on my email.
Mm-hmm.
So when I click on those, is it going to take me to my dashboard, or just it just publishes that, or not publishes, but throws in the new content and then I go to a new page and copy at that point?
If she sent you all these links in an email, the minute you click on those links, it's going to open into Rory's page. So you need to make sure you have your website pulled up, and then you're going to have to copy and paste just like we did today.
Okay, so I just put my site and his site, and then I
Right.
just copy and then go to my site to do the new page.
Yep.
Okay,
And
thanks.
yep. And as soon as this, if you're on the student classroom chat, I'll post the link for the YouTube as soon as it gets done. If you're not on my student chat, let me know. Put your email, your Skype name in the chat, and I'll find it and
Yeah,
include you
I
on the
could-
student chat.
Okay, I couldn't find the student chat. I did that before, and then I just went and subscribed to your YouTube. So
Okay. Yeah,
I
the
guess it's
student
the same
chat is
thing, right?
is invitation only. So so that's why I say if you're not on the student chat, you have to be invited by me, and only the ones that are in the student class get access to that. So
Okay, well,
if you
I mean, Priscilla put me in your class, but where do you're not talking about the student chat we're dealing with right now.
No, this is our class. I've actually created a chat room for us, for those that
Okay.
are on the chat. So if you're
I
not
mean, I
in
can
that class,
give, I
yeah,
can
put
give,
your
go
go
ahead.
to the chat here on Zoom
One at a
and put
time,
your
ladies.
all right, see ya. Put your chat your Skype name on there for me, and I'll find you in Skype and invite you.
Oh,
into-
I don't have a Skype name. I just have my name in there.
All right, just put your name
Okay.
in the chat, and I'll find you on Skype.
Okie doke.
All righty,
Thanks.
good job. All right, so that's how we're going to do that. Now, I'm going to go back to my page. So I'm going to get out of Eric's, and I'm going to go back to my page. And I'm going to go to my, I don't even think I've added my performance giving. If you have background noise, just mute yourself because it's coming through on the training video. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Oops.
Okay. All right, so I think we got that all done.
Sheila, those 5 pages seem relatively small compared to
Yep,
the
you're
wine
gonna,
pages.
yep, they are. That's why I said they're very small and succinct, so you can add to them as you see fit.
Cool.
All righty, so I'm gonna go to my pages and find my PGN page.
So Sheila, those pages that you have on that black screen,
Uh-huh.
where do you get those from? Where did you get those? Are they in
Those
the
are,
classroom chat?
yep, they're in the classroom chat, and they also put them in the chat here on Zoom, but I'm gonna copy them and put them again so they'll be more recent.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, so now when you go to your tipping circle, and everybody should have, like I said, you should have a tipping circle account. So when you go to tipping circle, you're going to go to your integrated app or apps and go to your integrated apps. And this is where you're going to get your links to go into those pages you just created. Prime One Play is for your gaming. Prime One Chat is for your chat. Prime TV is for your TV. Prime One City is for your hub, the Helium hub. And down at the very bottom, it says your personal affiliate link. That's the link you put in for your PGN, your performance giving. You can either use that one or you can use your tipping circle link. So if you come to tipping circle and go to invite friends, there's your link. I use this one in my PGN. This is the one I use. That way it brings them straight to tipping circle. They can sign up for tipping circle and then they get access to all the links. So it's totally up to you which one you want to use based on where you want to send it. So I'm gonna come back to my apps. So I'm on my PGN page. So I'm just gonna come here and copy my referral link. And then I'm gonna go back to my page and I'm just gonna add that link. So PGN, the Performance Giving Network. That's gonna be the first place I'm gonna put. Why did it do that? All right, so I'm gonna come here and if it lets me, put that link in. And then I'm gonna link it. Make sure I open it in a new tab. And because I have this in Classic Block, I'm actually gonna change this color to orange and bold it. Okay. All right, so let's see where else I want to go. I'm gonna do anywhere I have PGN, I'm gonna link it. Again, I want to change the color. Now, usually if I'm in the same paragraph, I try to keep the color scheme all the same. All right, so here's my meme. This one's paid to game. So I want to take them to my gaming. So I want them to go to my gaming. So I'm gonna go to my apps. And I'm gonna go to my Prime One game. And as you click on it, right up here in your search bar is your link for your Prime games. So you just copy that. Go back to my page, and then here, My alternative text is played to game. My link to, right now I have it as none. I'm going to put a custom URL and then make sure you get rid of the HTTP. And then I'm just going to paste my link in there. And again, my image title attribute is going to be the same thing, paid to game. And I want to make sure it opens up in a new tab. And then I'm going to update.
Hey, Sheila.
Yes, hey, y'all finished already?
Yeah.
Cool beans. Learn anything new?
Yeah, they talk a lot about the specialists. It's not my
Yep.
favorite subject.
I
mean,
know.
I just don't understand it. I know you explained it to me. I think that's why there are so many people in the one-on-one boards is because of them specialists. But
It is.
I may never do those priority ones. I don't know, because I won't feel comfortable sending.
No, the Grapevine links are not free. You actually have to pay to get into the Grapevine. So get with your instructor on how to do that.
Okay, because what he said today, and he showed how to get in there and how to click on it, like they've done some changes to it.
Yeah, but we're not going to talk about the Grapevine because everybody here is not in Grapevine and it would just confuse.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine, dear.
It just really got me started.
You're fine. So we're gonna everywhere I have PNG, I'm gonna link to my tipping circle. And then what we're gonna do here.
So Sheila,
Mhm.
when you're doing these links, are you just sending them straight to your tipping circle, or are you individual account things?
This one's going straight to tipping circle. Now, like this one right here has got paid to chat. I want them to go to my paid to chat. So I'm actually going to link this picture. It's going to be an internal link because we went over how to do internal links. So I'm just going to come here and type in paid to chat. And I'm going to put this right here. That's my internal link. And send that one to paid to chat. So then they can go in and read about my paid to chat. And then the PNG is I'm sending them straight to Tipping Circle because that's what this is telling them about Tipping Circle and what the different aspects of that is. So I'm just going to use that there.
So I'm noticing that when you click on it to select, it automatically shows up. How is that?
That's if you've done all your updates. The system now notices that if you're using the same one, it will let you know, hey, we're going to use this. Is this the one you want to use? And you can just click on it and it'll fix it for you.
Okay. And when you got your tipping circle link,
so your
it was at the bottom, right? Because yours looks different.
Yeah. So if you want to use your tipping circle link, you're going to come to tipping circle and go to invite friends. And you're going to use this link for your PNG. Now, if you want them to go straight to your app section and not go straight to tipping circle, then when you come to the bottom, you have your affiliate link. And that's the one you can use too. So they're interchangeable. The only difference is if you use your affiliate link, it brings them straight to this page.
Okay. And I mean, and that's where we really want them to go, right?
Yep. You want them to go there. This page, once they go to sign up for these programs, it will tell them to go to Tipping Circle to sign up. So I'm just saving a step. So, but either one of them is good to go. You can use either one of them.
So it's better to go to Tipping Circle?
That's where I'm sending them, to the Tipping Circle.
Not the affiliate?
Not when I'm doing the Giving Network. Yeah, it's going straight to Tipping Circle.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's totally up to you where you want to send them.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, so then we're going to go. All right, and then right here was Tipping Circle, and I'm just going to highlight the whole thing. And I want to make sure I open this in a new tab. Same thing with the image. And since this image is actually of a hotspot, I think I'm going to do helium. I don't think I did a hotspot yet. Have I done hotspot? Haven't done my helium page yet. Wow. I sure haven't, or I've changed it. Can't remember what I changed it to, which is possible. So I'm going to come here and I'm actually going to grab my Prime 1 link and put that in here. Open it, new tab. There we go. All right. So, and then my paid to chat, again, I want this to be an internal link. So I'm going to highlight this, link it, and I'm going to do paid to chat. And add that in there. So it's an internal link. Same thing with paid to game. And it's going to find my paid to game page. And I actually have a couple of them, but I'm going to use that one. No, we're good.
Sheila,
Yes.
I thought you didn't open a new tab when you were doing an internal link.
You don't have to. It's just a habit because the old page, old system we used to do, we had to.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, you don't have to open it in a new tab. It's just a habit I have. So yeah, you don't have to. We suggest you don't. I try to break myself, but it's hard. So this one's TV. So we're going to see which one. We're going to do it. Thank you for reminding me because I do it all the time. All right, so these three are internal links. So that's why you're going to have short, sweet topics on those. You're not going to sit there and revamp your page. You want them to go to read about how to get paid to chat, read about how to get paid to game, read about how to get paid to watch TV. Same thing with here. Here's one of the memes I've created. Again, I want it to go to my TV link. So I'm going to come back up here to my tipping circle, get Prime 1 TV, copy that link, go back here. And since this is an outbound link, I want to make sure that this one is opening up in a new tab. All right.
So when you're doing an internal link, do you click that button as well?
No, you don't have to, not for internal. It's just a habit I have. I'm trying to break myself of it. It's just hard. About every other one, I remember not to click it.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
no.
I like doing that. I like setting it up in a new tab. Even
Yeah. And you can for the simple, and the reason we used to do it is because it takes them away and brings them back to, even though it's inside your own page, what ends up happening is they read that page and they didn't finish reading what they want. Sometimes they forget where they were at and they want to go back and they can't remember.
Exactly.
So that's why we always said, well, we were opening up in a new tab. So once they read that, they can go back and finish reading what they read. But again, if you have multiple places or multiple internal links, then that ends up having them opening different tabs, and they're, depending on their internet system, might not be able to handle it. So we kind of said, well, don't open it in a new tab. But again, it's your discretion on what you want to do. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. So.
Sheila, it just seems to me like it'd be easier for the customer to not have to go hunt it down.
Yeah.
If they're trying to get back to that page. So I would think that would actually be better for them to go ahead and set it.
That's why I said it's totally up to you. Again, it's your site. Like I said, most of the time I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends. It depends on how fast I'm making a page. If I'm really fast making a page, you know, and just trying to get things knocked out, I will click that button every time. But if it's something that I sit through and I'm muddling over it, trying to make sure it's exactly the way I want it, I won't click it. So, but yeah, for the most part, we don't. So, but yeah, you'll find me a lot of times, especially if I'm training, I will click that button faster than you can spin your head. So that's how you add your different links, how you add your internal links, how you do your outbound links. including your images. Again, like I have created these images that you can put in. I've got the paid to TV, I got the paid to chat, I got the paid to game. So you can add your images as you go through. This is the one. I haven't done one for Helium specifically, but that's the one that comes that you can get that off the Helium hotspot place that you can do. And then, you know, if I wanted to come through here and just do a conclusion, which
If you're spinning your head, I'm scared.
I don't think I could. I'd probably get nauseous.
Now, Sheila, there's a way for you to put your URL on the image?
Yes. So any image that you have, all you have to do, like this one right here, this is my my URL. I'll show you how to do that. That's actually what we're going to do in the last few minutes. I'll show you. If you're not in the memes program, Rory has a memes program where they create the memes for you. When you go to copy Rory's over, you'll see his that they've created. You can do those, which I highly suggest you do, or you can create your own, which I do those. I do both. So it's
So
really
that memes program, is that a paid program or?
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you have to pay for it, the memes program. Again, I know there's a lot of people right now, the funding just isn't there. So I'm gonna show you a free way that you can create your own memes until you can get that access to those. So
Look at you cross-referencing all over the place.
all right, so now I've put in TV, which is our free TV. You got your chatting and even Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin, you can send them to your Helium Hub, which mine's Bitcoin, or you can send them to your Bitcoin page, which I think I'm going to do here. I'm going to send them to my Bitcoin. And I'm just going to type in Bitcoin and see which one of my pages I'm going to put in there. Put this one in there. Okay. And I'm going to bold it. And then again, here's fine wine, a glass of fine wine. So guess where I'm going to send them? And I like phrases instead of words because phrases stick better with people than just a single word. And I'm going to send them to the business opportunity page I've created.
You forgot to add fine in there, Sheila.
Yep, that's fine. Again, like I said, I'm doing this on the fly. All right, and then if I want to, I can add another picture, although I do have how many? Let's see, let's make this one a bit smaller so it doesn't overwhelm the page. I still want to center it. There we go. And that way, if I add this one down here, it's not going to overwhelm it either. So then I'm just going to come here and we're going to click our plus button. And I'm going to add an image. And let's see if I have anything in my media library for wine that I want to use. This one. So here's a meme I created for wine. And again, I'm gonna. So there's that. And then I can actually link this picture. So I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna type in Fine Wines because that's where I'm sending them in my link. And I'm gonna put it right here and apply. So that's how you go about linking your images. You can go in and change your different images. And then I'm just gonna update this page. So this page is ready for advertising. It has my links in it. It has internal links in it. Let's go see if I changed. This didn't change any. So that's good. So I thought maybe, and this conclusion actually needs to be a header. So I'm going to come back here and change this to a heading, and I'm going to use it as a heading 3, and I want it to be purple. There we go. Perfect. All right, and then update. So this page is ready for advertising. So that's how you go about creating your pages, how you go about, adding your own images in there, how you go about getting your own links and where to find them. And also we went through and showed you how to add it to your menu all at once and then move the whole menu structure so that it's there. Now the pages that Rory created are very short. They have a lot of information in it, so you can go in and create your own pages. Again, don't be afraid to put yourself in those pages. When you're writing those pages, like I said, picture in your head that you have your best friend across from you and you're talking to them and explaining it to them, or your significant other, or your mom or your dad, or somebody that you can talk to easily with. And that's how you create your pages. Read the information that's there, get a general overview of what the page is saying, and then go in and put it in your own words. If you have to write it on paper, like you did in high school or even in college, you just wrote it on paper, wrote your thoughts down, how you want it to sound, and then type it over. Do that until you get used to or get comfortable with writing it straight from your thought processes and putting it on paper on your computer. If you
Sheila,
have to, yes.
excuse me.
Uh-huh.
I talk to myself a lot. So that means I write it down, and then I get inside my head and talk to myself, and what I write down on paper isn't necessarily what comes up on the screen, because I've got I'm not picking up the word. I'm not talking to myself now.
Yep.
Anyway, what I have written down, I always come up with a different way to say what I have written down. So it's easy for me because I keep talking to myself.
Yep. But see, you have your notes, because I know every time we get together, you're always pulling up your notes where you wrote it. So that's why it says sometimes when you write your thoughts down, when you come back to actually put them all together, you have sort of like a path. You have a structure of what you want to say, and then you can expand on it. So that's why I say sometimes it's easier, to go old school. If you looked at when I first started, I still have my notebooks laying around where I printed out every offer that I got, and I would read what the company actually said. I would read their chats, I would read their blogs, I would read their information pages. I got 5 notebooks laying around of all the companies I have access to. That's thousands of people, and I literally read all of them. I read their bylaws, I read their rules and regulations, before I would write a page. So, and then I had notes. I'd write notes. Well, this is pertinent information. This is good information here. This needs to be put in the pages. So then when I read what Rory had in his template, then I would put it with my notes, and then I would create my own. So that's what you need to do. Don't just rely on the information that's there. Sometimes you have to do your own research. Sometimes you have to go in and read what other people have said, and then generally compose how you would say it. That to me makes it easier. Then when you get ready to go for Google AdSense, you don't have to go and say, okay, where's that plagiarism checker? I need to see if I have too much of somebody else's wording. If you've taken everything out and put everything in your own words, that should never be an issue. that, you know, yeah, you might have one or two quotes that you just could not find a better way to say something. That's fine. Just don't have it in the same place that it showed up in the other program or in the other content. Put it somewhere else. If it showed up in the middle of the page, put yours at the beginning, put yours at the end, split it up or whatever. Just don't have it in the general same area. Then the plagiarism doesn't come into context. So that's a good way, you know, just take everybody else's wording out and make that page yours. You know, like Eric, like he said, you know, we were talking last night, he said just reading some of the stuff, he didn't feel comfortable. Yes, he understood the basic message, but the way it was conveyed is not how he would convey it. That's not him. It wasn't in his personality or in his demeanor. So same thing with one of my other students, Linda Marie. She said there were some things in there that was being said on some pages. She knew for certain she would never say something like that, and she didn't want somebody else to think that she would write something like that. So if you ever come across something like that, it doesn't have to stay in there just because it works with the flow of the page. Change the flow of the page to make it work for you. So these pages should be all about you. People should be able to come in and see your personality in your website. If your friends and family came and read your website, they should be able to say, yeah, I can see that. That's exactly how he would explain it to me. Or yeah, that's exactly what she would tell me, you know, if she was standing face to face to me. You know, that's how they should see it. Or they could come in and say, man, I so relate to that. Who is this person? And then they will continue to read because you found something that they can relate to. They can relate to either the tone in the content, they can relate to the way you're writing something, or they can relate to your images. Images are important too, because then they can see what is important to your writing, and it will stick with them. There's like, this person gets me. Even though you don't know who they are, they can read and see your images. They can see how you write. They can feel your passion in your writing, and it will click on something. And then you'll have a customer for life because they will come to your website to see what you have before they go anywhere else. And that's what you want. You want to create that following so that people will come to you first before they go search the website for anything else. So get rid of your fear if you have to. I know writing and you're thinking, God, there's going to be thousands of people that's going to be looking at this. Yes, but you want thousands of people looking at this. Some of them will probably never meet you. Some of them know you already, but it's scary to put yourself out there, but it's also can be very therapeutic. I find when I get really tense and stressed out, I come and write and I put it on paper. And by the time I get finished, I usually have 3 or 4 pages. I don't have a link in them, but I have 3 or 4 pages. And then after I let them sit for a minute, I'll come back and then I can think. It's like, oh yeah, I got this that will go with that. I got this that can go with that. So write first, you know, links come later. Get your content down, get your thoughts out there, get your, you know, feelings, get your passions and put it down on paper. I keep saying paper, but it's computer, same thing. You know, get it out there where people can see it, because I promise you somebody wants to hear what you have to say. You just have to find that somebody, you know, or multiple somebodies. I had a student yesterday, I was on the phone with her. She hadn't gone to one of her marketing sites in a long time. She went on there and I said, look, you had 20 clicks yesterday. She's like, what? I was like, yeah, look, you had 20 people look at one of your sites yesterday. And she was looking, I said, scroll down for the year. So since the beginning of the year, she's had over 60 some people come and look at one of her sites. And she didn't even know. She was like, man, somebody is looking at it. Yes, they are. So not every site can tell you who's, you know, that you're getting clicks, but there are some out there that you can actually go and see that you're getting clicks. It makes a big difference when you notice that, hey, yeah, somebody's actually looking at me. That makes you not want to stop, because you don't know how many those other 60 people have told somebody else, hey, I found this great website, you need to go look at it. You know, so even one person that comes to your site is one person that's going to be a word of mouth that's going to tell somebody else what they saw or what they found. So don't ever give up, and always, your writing can always improve. I'm going back to some of my pages that I created years ago, not years ago, but a couple of years ago. I've been in a couple of years now, and noticed how my writing's changed, how much freer I am now based on then. I can still see that corporate Sheila sitting in her office, you know, trying to get pages ready for attorneys, you know. So I'm not that person anymore. I'm still there. I still have the knowledge. I still have that persona. But when I'm writing now, I'm writing from a different perspective. So you're going to grow when you're writing, but don't be afraid to write. That's all I can say. That's my soapbox for today. So anyway,
Hey,
so now,
Sheila, one
yes.
question.
Uh-huh.
Your slug for this page,
Yep.
it's not just PGN?
No. And the reason I don't have, I have my key phrase PGN, but in my slug, PGN is my first clue. So even though my page says PGN, when I go in there to a tipping circle, it's going to look for this. Now, if I'd have just had Performance Giving Network / PGN, then it would have come up no page found. But because I have PGN first, it'll find it.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
So Sheila,
yes,
you were talking about the clicks. Where do we see that? Where do we see where we've been?
If you are a member of CJ, when you go into your CJ dashboard, it actually has your click ratio. It tells you how many times your website has been looked at for content. It doesn't tell you what page was looked at or what link, but it tells you how many times your website's been clicked. It'll say clicks and it'll say impressions. And you can actually check it for, let's go in here. So if I go into my CJ and I log in, you're going to log into your dashboard, and your dashboard will show you, come on, your clicks. So yesterday, yeah, I got it. So yesterday, my pages were seen 313 times. Out of that 313 times, I had 2 clicks. But now if I want to see what it's been year to date, I can go to this year, and it shows me, it's going to calculate it. So my website's been seen 88,000 times, and I've had 1,500 clicks.
And that's with you advertising through them.
This is just through CJ. Yes. So that's one of the few places that allows you to see that. I don't know many others. When you go to your marketing sites or your ad sites, like if you go to your free stuff, classifieds ads, and you log in, they actually tell you how many times your page has been viewed.
Okay.
So there's another one that shows you how many times your pages have been viewed. Like this one is still getting tons of hits. It's going up every week. I need to go and put some more stuff out there for that one. Same thing with this one. Canada Wine Club has picked up like crazy in the last couple of days or a couple of weeks. So I got to do some more advertising in Canada, because this one only went to British Columbia and Alberta, and it's picking up. Here's another one. This one's in California about relationships and sex, and it's talking about exactly that. And it's steadily rising. So I need to go and advertise some more on relationships. So you can go in and look. Here's another one that's in California on weight loss for my Valentis. Here's one in Boston. Y'all, Boston people love pets.
Yes, we do.
They love their animals. So market your animal products, market your Valentis pet products, market anything that you have to do with animals in the Boston area, Martha's Vineyards, all those types of places. I'm telling you.
That stuff's been looked at because it's listed?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see a number anywhere. That's why.
Yeah, because that tells me how many times they've went in and looked at my website, and I know what my website has. So this is going to my pets page.
But how do you know that how many times it's been looked at?
Right here, views is 95.
I guess. I'm on the iPad. Never mind. It doesn't go that far. Thank you.
You're welcome. So this is one of the other few places that tells you how many times your site's been viewed, or your particular ad that you have out there has been viewed. So if you think your ads aren't been viewed, then more than likely you haven't viewed them in the right place or put them in the right place. So like some of these that I've had out there for a while that haven't moved, then I need to go in and either change my title or change where I've put the ad itself. So sometimes you're not marketing to the right people, and this is one of the key places where you can go and say, okay, that's not a good place to market, or maybe your title isn't exactly what they're looking for. So go in and edit your title. Go in and edit your description and then let it sit for a couple more weeks and see if your clicks go up or your views go up. If it still doesn't go up, then that's not a good marketing place. Just remove it and put it in a different marketing place. Change the state, change the city, and then try it again. So, because sometimes you're not in the right market for what you're advertising for and you need to change it. So that's one of the things that you can do. So the other thing I want us to show today, and we're going to do a really quick class on it, is Canva. Because some of you are like, well, how do you get, you're not in the memes program and you want to know. Canva is a free website. It's a free place, marketing tool where you can go and create your images. You can also, some of these marketing sites, you have a specific size that your image has to be. This is another great place that you can go in and change the size of your images and still keep them. Canva is a free program. It also has a paid program. I actually have the paid program. It gives you access to some more stuff. This is one of the business cards that I created the other day. I have a couple of different business cards, and yes, I do use business cards. I find it very useful. Some people don't. I do. I hand them out all the time. Even when we were at my daughter's reveal party last week, everybody was there because I gave out wine baskets, y'all. You hear me? I networked at my daughter's reveal party. I gave out 4 wine baskets to people that guessed. I had one that guessed the sex of the baby. I had one that guessed the due date, closest to the due date. There was some other games we played in a wine basket. I created a wine basket that had like chocolates and crackers and cheese and a bottle of wine. One of them had
Go, Sheila.
one of them had bath salts, a scrubber, nail polish and foot polish. One of them had men's cologne. So I had covered all my bases. And the ones that didn't get it, they were looking at the wines and stuff that the people were getting, and they was like, first thing they said, do you have a business card? I'd love to see what you got. Sure did. So next month, I got 4 seminars I got to do for 4 different business people that we met at that reveal party, because either they want help trying to figure out how to do a website, or they want help on how to engage their clients by gift giving, like I did with the wine baskets. And some of them just like, hey, I need to get some wine. I want you to tell me about your wine. So I got 4 contacts and 4 seminars I got to do next month. So I'm going to be busy next month. So use every opportunity that you can to market your website. And if you're in the paid offers, the wine and the coffee, have samples of them. Have stuff that you can give out to them. Use one of your orders to buy the sample pack, and then that way you can give it out. They have sample packs for the coffee. They have sample packs for the for the wrinkle cream. They have sample packs for the cocoa, I think. I have to look and check again. But, give them out. Hand them out. Even though it says give them 5 sticks, I give them 2. Here's 2 sticks. Try it. You got 2 in the morning. If you can curb your appetite now, break them up in half. I tell them, break it up in half, see how your body reacts to it first. There's ways you can market your paid programs. Use every opportunity. I kid you not when I tell you, I keep my case of wine. When I get it, I keep it in my trunk with 4 gift bags, because I never know who I'm going to run into. And it's like, oh, you're looking for wine? Hold up a minute, I'll give you one.
Even
And I keep it in the trunk of my car, still in the styrofoam, still in the box. And then whenever, unless it's too hot, then I don't. I don't leave it in there. I just pop it in there when I go to town. But I put that bottle in a bag, and inside the bag has my card. And I was like, hey, if you like it, go to my website and leave a comment, or go to my Facebook page and leave a comment on your wine that you got, and it's got my card in it. So use every available opportunity that you can to market yourself, because that's what you're doing. You're marketing yourself. You want people to come to your website. So we're going to come here and we're going to create a design. And all of my designs I use for Instagram posts, because Instagram right now post has the biggest memes or the biggest dimensions that you can use. Okay. And the reason you want to do that is because Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of those has a specific dimensions for their pages or for their images that they will use. So I just use Instagram and it covers all of them. All right. So then on the free site, it gives you different templates that you can use, that you can modify for your own. Or if you have a picture that you want to use yourself, then you can go here and upload it. All right. And so these are images that I got straight off of YouTube. Not YouTube, but what do you call it? Google Images. Okay. And as you can see, it all relates to our chats, different things like that. So there's one I want to do. This is one I created the other day for my business card and my logos I'm going to use. This is one I got for the 70s. So I'm actually going to upload an image that I have in my website already. So I'm just going to go to my Dropbox, and I'm going to go to, that's the one I want to use. And I'm going to go to wine. This is the one. This one right here. So this is the one I found. It came across on my Facebook, and I was like, I need to use that. So here's the image, and I'm going to create a meme, and I'm just going to open this image up. And if y'all can see this, this wine glass is in the shape of a face mask. Y'all see that? And so I'm just going to come up here, and I'm going to grab text, and I'm going to put this up here. So I'm going to grab this and move it up. Then I'm going to grab this and open it up a little bit. All right, so all right, and then just move this up here, and then I can stretch this out. And then I'm going to come down here and say, all right, and so there's that one. All right, come on. And I'm going to move this up, and again, I'm going to stretch it out. And this is just the basics. Again, I want this to be stretched out a little bit more. And then I want to put my logo in there, so I actually want to do a let's do an element. And I want to do let's see what this will look like. I don't like none of those. Frame. Just want a basic clear frame. That. Just bear with me. I'm looking for something specific. It's not going to give it to me. no, don't want you. Letters, numbers, puzzle pieces. No. That looks a little whimsical. Let's try that one. Let's see how that's going to look. Okay, so this one I'm going to move down here, and I want it to be and I'm going to type my URL in there. So then from here, I'm going to come back and do text. And I want to put my text in here. Come on.
Can you put videos in it?
The video you have to pay for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this one, I'm just going to put
Sheila,
uh-huh.
I am going to be leaving right now.
All right, dear.
And I appreciate all the help you guys have given, and you guys enjoy your weekend.
All right. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
All right. So I want this frame. I want that in the background. There we go. But see, that's not what I want it to do. So it's not doing what I want it to do. So I'm just going to remove that altogether. And so now I got my logo in there. And if I wanted to, I can put it up here. Oh, let's see. I want this one gone. Didn't do what I want it to do. So put my image back here. And I can actually put this anywhere I want to. Make it as big, as small as I want it. I can change the color of it if I want to. If I want to make it a bright red, I want to make it an orange. And then if I want to come back and put a background color in to make it stand out even more, then I can actually do a pattern or I can do a color. So if I want to come here and do a blue background, I can do a blue. If I wanted to do a gray, but then the gray would do my wording, but that kind of looks sexy right there. And then if I wanted to do a transparent background, let's see what that does. So there's that. It took that completely out. So then I could move this up here. If I wanted to put that there, but I kind of like it down at the bottom because it takes away from his face. So there I have that. And again, if I wanted to make this bigger, I can make this bigger, make it stand out more. So let's highlight that. And let's make that bigger. And it did that one. I want it to do that one. And then you just grab these images, these lines, it helps you size it. Get it the way you want to. Okay, same thing with here. Like, see, this one's bleeding into that gray. So if I wanted to come back here and change this to a different color, so I'm gonna go to my color and just do my scheme, do it white. And again, we can open this up some. And since I did that one like that, and then if I wanted to be a little whimsical, I could tilt it. There we go. So there. So there's my new meme. Took what, 30 seconds, a minute, couple of minutes to make. Want it out of his face. There we go. So there's a new meme. It's got my logo in there. It's got that, my wording. And then again, like I said, if I want my wording to be bigger, I can always come back in here and change the size. And then just move it up a little bit as well. Okay, you see that faux pas got 2 11s. It's supposed to be exclamation. And then once it's done, I'm just going to name it. And then I'm going to download it.
Sheila,
Yes.
the bottom says a glass of wine. Do you want it to be glass of
No,
wine?
thank you. Of. And it needs to be caps.
Well, shoot, Sheila, I thought you'd done that on purpose.
Thank you. There we go. Perfect. So now we're going to download it. And I always save them as PGNs or PNGs. Got all my different names mixed up. And then once it's done, I'm going to open it. And then it'll show me what it's going to look like. Not too bad. And then I'm just going to save it. It's always save as. I've already got it named as Wine Mask logo, which is going to show up. And then I got it listed under my website logos. And that's where I want it to go. And then I'm just going to save it. And then there's a meme I can use on Instagram. I can use it on Facebook. I can use it anywhere I want to use it. And it's advertising, but I don't have to put a link because my link's already there. And all they have to do is just type this in and it'll take them straight to my Fine Wines page.
Sheila, what was it you said a while back about Facebook and not putting your link in? Something about putting it at the bottom of.
Yeah. So Facebook is one of those places that you can, it will not put your your Facebook feed or post on the news feed if you have a link in the comments. It will always put it on your friends and family or on your homepage, which is where you have it, but it will not post a link on your news feed if you have the link in your original post. So if you want it to go to your news feed, which means it goes to everybody on Facebook, they can see it, including the people that are in your contacts. Do not put the link in your original post. You always put the information in, your ad or whatever, and then post the ad. And then in your comments, you can say, after you post it, comment on your own post. Oh, for more information, visit here. And then put your link to your page you want them to go to. Don't ever put the link in the actual original post, or they will not allow it to be on the newsfeed. It will always go to your friends and your contacts because that's what your Facebook's for, but it will not go to the news feeds if you have the link in there. However,
so after you've posted the ad, you just go back in and click on comment and put something in under your own person?
Yep.
You just put your link in there? Okay.
Yep. Yep. And in that way, people will see the comments. They'll also see your post. But if you have something like this and you put your link on the page or on your image, then they have it already. And all they see is you have an image out there. They don't care what's on the image. So that's why we create the memes, so that you can go in and post this on Facebook and say, don't you think this is funny? You know, or something like that. Or what do you think about this? And then they already see your link because there it is, Fine Wines. So it's different ways that you can get around it. The good thing about creating things like this or having the memes programs from Rory is that you have an image with the link in it that circumvents a lot of the rules and regulations, and it's still legal. It's still safe. It's still good to use, and it's available on all formats. You can use it on Tumblr, you can use it on Twitter, you can use it on Instagram, you can use it on LinkedIn, you can use it on Pinterest. Any of those social media platforms, you have access to use these programs or to use these memes.
What's different from what you just created here and a meme that Maury sends you with your link on it?
The ones that Roy sends is we're trying to do a general consensus so that when people see the same image but with different links, then they know it's a viable program.
So Facebook just lets anything coming from Rory go.
Well, it's the same thing with ours. It's not just Rory. It's just that anybody that sees that link, because it's the same image, just the different link. So you're basically creating a following so that, or an awareness, basically. You're creating an awareness of one particular program. So the Triple R program is always going to be, oh, I remember that. I saw that image, and it's going to be related to a particular format. So that's what the memes are for. It's not anything relating
Oh, so the
just
memes that come, I mean, I've got them, but I haven't received them yet. So the memes that you get are the same visual. It's just going to be personalized with your
yes,
link.
exactly.
Aha, I got you.
Yep, exactly. So you're basically just like with Coke. You know, everywhere you go, you see Coke, you think of Coke, but you don't think of Coke Zero, Mountain Dew, or Sprite, or ginger ale, or whatever. You just know Coke. You know, even though you see the red and white, you think of Coke, but you don't think of the different products that go with Coke. So that's the same thing with the memes. You see the one image and you're just like, oh, that they're marketing free TV, you know, or they're marketing a weight loss product, or I know it's going to be a visual image of the product that you're marketing, and then they're going to see it and they're going to remember, oh, I need to go to that, you know, eventually, and say, oh yeah, I remember that. I see that all the time. That means it's going to be a stick-to-itiveness, so to speak, that this is real. This is something that's not just a splash in the pan.
Okay.
So that's what the memes are doing. But
I
that
see.
don't, yeah, so that don't mean you can't come in and create, because me and Paul do it all the time. The memes are great, but there's just sometimes you just want something very specific and general to something that you're doing, and this is the best way to do it. It's not going against the memes program, it's just something in addition to.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
But you're welcome. But the memes program is a great program. Like I said, it's just creating that flow, that image, that hey, yeah, there's one general thought process that's going to several different outlets, so to speak.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
But yeah, Canva is a great place to go and just play and figure out different things. And when you do go to do advertising, those memes come in great, because when I go to my different ad sites and advertise, every one that I have has a meme on it. It has one of these or a logo, so that even though they click my picture always has a reference to my website. Everyone that I create now that I send pictures to. There's some that I just find a new picture and it's like, oh God, I got to use that picture, and I haven't doctored it yet, so to speak, but I will eventually. So it's just a good way to market yourself and market your website and create your own personal, you know, thumbprint on things. So this is a great way. Like I said, Canva's a great program. When you go in to use it, it will tell you all the programs that you have access that are free. If it doesn't say free beside it, that means it's a paid program. And the fact that I buy the program, it's $12.95 a month to have access to all different kinds of things. So if I wanted to send this here to my Facebook page, I can send it to Facebook. I can send it to Twitter and just tweet it out right now. And so I can you know, just send it to Twitter, come in here, do what's happening. All right. And just publish it. And it goes straight to my Twitter page. It's going to show up on Twitter. If I wanted to email this, say I had created my email list, I can also email this out. If I wanted to post it to my Facebook, you know, I can send it to my business Facebook. Again, no. And I can just say, that's all I gotta say. Publish it, goes straight to my Facebook. So,
Okay, now this one's got your link on it though.
yep, but it's not linked. It's
Oh.
just an image.
Oh, it's the fact that you can't link it. It can appear.
Yeah. You can put your link anywhere on here, but it's not linked. In other words, they can't click your picture and go to your website, but they can type in this link and go to my website.
Gotcha. It was the link, not the address that was the problem.
Yeah. You can't
Okay.
link. Want to put your link in anywhere in your post. But the fact that I told them, check out the link on the image and visit. That's all I said. There's no link in my post. But if they go in and type in that 5e95.com fine wines, they'll go to my website.
Okay, I get you now.
Yep. So that's the good thing about the memes. And then when you go to post on places that have restrictions like Facebook, do what I just did. Hey, if you want more information, follow the link on the image. That's all you got to say. There's no link in your post. There's no link in your picture that they can visibly click, but they can type it in all day. Facebook doesn't see it as a link. They see it as an image.
Oh, okay. Now I understand a little better. I won't tomorrow, but I do right now.
Well, that's why it's going to be on my YouTube. You can always go back and refresh. So that's all I have for today.
Refresh.
So
Refresh.
And refresh and refresh.
There you go. So that's how I go about and create my images and memes. And like I said, you can look through Google Images all day long and find all kind of cute little pictures that you want. You just click in a phrase you want to use and say, funny wine images, and find images and click on images, and you can see all kinds of different wine images. You have the different tabs. You don't want memes because you're going to be creating your own memes, and just keep going from there. You can do funny quotes. You don't want to do quotes. You can do wine lovers, and just see the different images that they have. Just scroll down to different things, and then you can pick like this one would be a good one for a picnic, like this one with the cat. That's hilarious.
That's a good one right there.
There's so many things you can say about that, and it doesn't
you should
have
put that on a pet page, and then you got cross-referencing.
Exactly. That's what I said. Like this one here's a good one. I don't drink anymore. I don't drink any less either. It's already a meme, but all you would have to do with that one is put your logo on it. But then again, you see this little shade right here that's been watermarked. So that means you have to pay for it. So that's the things you have to be cautious of when you find an image that you like. Look through it thoroughly to make sure that it doesn't have anything distorting or that you can't see.
Can you enlarge that to see it? Because I can barely see that.
Yeah.
I'd miss that in a minute.
Yep. See?
Uh-huh.
And that's the company that owns this meme. And for you to use it without their permission, you could lose your website and get fined. So anything watermarked, you cannot use it without first contacting this company and getting permission. And then most of the time you have to buy it, and they will send you the image without the watermark on it.
Wow. See, I didn't see it either until you enlarged it. Oh, wow, there it is.
Yeah, so here's another one that said Spreadshirt. That's another one. You can't use that one because of that. So that's why I said you have to be very cautious, because some of them make them very light to where you can't see the logo until you actually blow up the image. So it's just things you have to be cautious of, because you don't want to get your website taken from you, and you don't want to have to pay fines because you use somebody else's trademark. Like this one is another hilarious one. It's just, I've seen this on several different things with the cat. And see, that one doesn't have a watermark on it. So, I mean, you could come up with so many different ones for that one too.
But you can't plead ignorance with these folks, huh? You've got.
No, not if they have the watermark. You can't. So I mean, look at that. I mean, just animals and wine is just. And see, they've got a goldfish in this one. So I mean, I can think of stuff right now with goldfish, dinner and wine already in one glass. You know. So, I mean,
with fish.
yeah. So I mean, like this one. This is a cat snuggling. I mean, what couldn't you say about that? Oh, my perfect nightcap, you know. So I mean, and then all you have to do is just reference your fine wine. So there's so many different things you could come in here. You know, even if you want to do travel, do the same thing. And you know, this one you could do like wishful thinking. He's got a backpack on it. Said, man, I would really love to be flying instead of walking, you know, and then do a travel thing. So just different things, you know, like here you could do the freedom. I have you want the freedom to do anything you want, then put, you know, your link for your blogging. Hey, learn to be your own boss or something like that. Here you can do travel the world. Different things. Traveling links to just about anything we do. How to make money and travel. You know, beach. My thing is getting my beach house. My cousin's been on me endlessly since this stuff happened. You know, if you was here beside me, we could be laying out on the beach right now with nobody here. You know, just crap like that. She just makes me want to sock her sometime. But but you know, just different things. Again, you just got to make sure you don't have the watermark. See, like here, there's a little ad right there. You don't want to advertise for somebody else.
But
You know,
Sheila,
yes.
if you go up to the top of this, and if you hit settings, all the way to the top, if you click on the settings button right there,
Yeah.
yeah, you can click on that, and you can go to advanced search,
Mm-hmm.
and you can scroll down, and it says you can do ones that are not filtered by license, and
Yep.
then you can hit advanced search, and then it won't show those ones.
The ones with the things. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's several different things you can do. That's why I say play with your Google. Play with the different images. You know, Rory's click partner images are great to have, but Google images are full of them, and make them your own. You know, do whatever you need to do. But yeah, just get your pages, get your website up, get your content done. Then images should be the last thing you worry about, is getting those images in there. But that's just a few
Now, I
little
did
things.
have a question.
Yes.
I know I've gone back and been reviewing some of Rory's tapes, and he's talking about customizing and made a big deal out of don't change any background, don't change any color. And I thought, well, how do you make it unique?
Well, you got to realize we've come a long way in a couple of years. And because when I started, we didn't have any of the stuff we have now. It was my instructor saying, okay, here's these videos, go watch them. And if you got any questions, let me know. And I didn't have questions because I can watch a video pretty good. And if I had a question and didn't understand it, I watched it again and I researched it. I pulled up Rory's
I wondered about
website.
that because
Yep.
I've looked at a few of Paul's
Yeah.
training films, and he uses a lot of color in pictures.
Yep. So yeah, you want to. Now the only thing is that you don't want to bombard your site, your page with a bunch of images. You only need about
Right.
about 2 to 3, maybe 4 images, depending on your word count. If you have 300 words, you only need about 1-2 images at the most. If you're like me and write, most of my pages are between 15 and 2,000 words. So I'm going to put 3 to 4, maybe 5 images in it, because I changed thought processes along the way.
Yeah,
But
you
if
had mentioned before that an image needs to be relevant to what
Yes,
you're talking about.
exactly.
Not every few words. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So if you don't want to throw, say if you're writing a page on weight loss, you don't want to throw in travel unless you're relating your weight loss to traveling by celebrating. You know, if you're writing things on pets, you don't want to throw in something about Bitcoin unless you're trying to show them how they can save money, buying pet products and invest in Bitcoin. So you always want to make sure that your images that you're using on your site or on your pages is relevant to what you're writing about. But again, you don't want to be bombarding to where you have a picture flip book instead of content, because Google does not like to be competing with images. So
Gotcha.
so when Google comes in, they want to make sure that they have space on your site to put their own images that they're going to be advertising on your site. If they have to compete for space and they go through and look and there's like, well, every paragraph they got an image, where am I going to put my images for my advertisers? They won't approve you. So you need to make, that's why it's relevant to make sure that only about every 100, 75 to 100, 150 words, you have an image, because that's about the span that most people, you can keep their interest, is about that long before they start waning. It's like, okay, I've been reading a lot. So then the image comes in handy, because then there's like, oh, there's an image, there's something else down here. So that's why it's important that you don't, like I said, have a flip book on every page, because then Google has nowhere to do their advertising. So you want to make sure that you limit your images, but the images that you do have, make sure that they are relevant to what you're talking about. But yeah, you can go in and change them. That's the other thing. Most people, there are some people that apply for Google and they get scraping content, and they're like, but I've changed everything. All of my image, all my words are mine, but they never change their images. So when Google looks at it, they're
Okay.
like, that's the same image on 20 other different websites in the exact
Yeah, you mentioned
place.
that changing the date after you write on the right-hand side was a real issue too.
Yeah, it is, because Google will look at it and they're like, oh, this is a copy. Because then they see where your site came on, but yet the page documentation is 4 years prior to when you actually registered your website.
Yeah, that's a red flag. Isn't
Yes. Yes. So change your date after you've done your editing and modifying, and you actually republish or update your page. Make sure you update that date to the current date that you actually finished your page, because you don't want any red flags. So if you go through and, like I said, modify each page according to how you feel and how it's comfortable to you, you shouldn't have any problems about scraping content. And you can change colors, you can change blocks, you can color your blocks, you can change your images, which I highly suggest everybody change their images. If you like an image that's on that page, that's fine. Just move it to a different place. If it's on the right side, put it on the left, or put it in the middle, or put it further down the page if you like that image on that page. But don't leave it where it's at, because they will view that as scraping content as a copy. So
Okay.
yeah, so but yeah, you can make your page as much yours as possible. If that means you want to change every color and type the whole paragraph in red, by all means you can do that. A lot has changed. Yeah.
Okay.
Make it totally, completely yours. Make it unique to you, but
Well,
make
I
sure
know
that
I've changed I think I've customized like 10 times. I need to get off this, because it doesn't really matter what the title of your website is. It doesn't appear, just as long as it's, it's something folks search for.
Exactly. And you want to make sure that it's relevant.
I mean, because if the main gist of what we're doing is shopping or deals or opportunities, it needs to go around that. It doesn't need to be something entirely different.
Well, see, like with my title of my website is Shop with Mama Chief, because that's mine. That's my name. So you want your title page or the title of your website to be unique to you, or to what you want to market.
Okay, well, I want to keep you. Thank you.
Yep. All right.
Sheila,
Anybody else? Yes.
Sheila, it's Constance. Hi. Excuse me. I'm on your site and I'm trying to find the new helium and tipping. And
I don't have helium on mine yet.
But how about tipping?
It is, but it's not under tipping.
No. Okay, but what category did you put it under?
Girl, I can't tell you.
I have a list of where I put mine and what under. Are you serious? So I have to look through all of them?
No, I don't know if I actually use tipping circle as a key phrase on mine. That's why I said we created pages before Rory came out with this program. So I'm probably going to have to go in and modify mine. I don't even have them on my category menu. They're just floating pages.
All new pages that we just did with you are not here under any category.
No, those are Rory's pages. So you'd have to go to the
I'm
chat
on
to find
yours.
them.
I'm on your site. I'm on your site.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the tipping circle. I think mine's under PGN.
Where are the others?
The free TV, there's TV is in there. Play the game and play the chat's in there.
Play the game and play the chat.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have them listed under my
Under
category menu yet.
Under games?
No, I don't have them in my category. They're not in there. They're just in floating pages. So you'll have to do a search for
Oh,
games and for chats.
I'm sorry. I got you. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't put them in the category menu because I haven't gotten all my pages. So they're just floating pages until I get everything finalized.
And I have one other question. Your
Uh-huh.
Bugs Bunny and the
Mhm.
Looney Tunes, I love it. But you got an awful lot of pages, I mean pictures. Now let me just say the end, because I love pictures if they relate to what I'm talking about, because to me, a lot of black lines, and I'm, whatever it is, my ADHD, I cannot take a lot of black and white lines, will not hold my attention, whether they're in color. I want a picture. I want to see a fun picture. And then I'll go, oh, what does it say about this picture? Or the story she's telling. And, oh, okay, here's the picture. And, you know, then I go, I mean.
Again, the rule of thumb is 75 to 100 words per picture. But that doesn't mean you have to stick to that. But then again, you don't want your whole page to be a flip book. You know, so yeah, on my Bugs Bunny, because I love Bugs Bunny, there is a lot of images on there, and they're all linked to different things. Some of them's not linked at all, but then I do have some pages that have no images at all on them because I just can't find ones that I like to go in there. So it's just a matter of preference. You just don't want to have every page you create to be full of images.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a general rule of thumb, but again, it's your site. You can do whatever you want to it. Just, you know, there's just some things that, like I said, when Google comes to look at you, when you get ready to apply for Google to come in and advertise, that they're going to be looking for specifically. And that's one of the things is they're going to say, what am I competing with? Do I have space to actually advertise on this site? And if your page is full of images that they can't put anything in, then they're not going to come and use your site. They'll reject
When you say space, what are you talking about? The on the right column?
Anywhere. So like if I come here to this one right here, age appropriate fashions. So I have this right here. Okay, and I have quite a few pages in here. Or images. This is one of the first pages I created. All right. So Google is going to come in here and look and say, well, they don't have a whole lot of space to advertise because I've basically taken up. So they might come over and advertise down here, or they might come up and advertise up here, but they don't have a lot of real estate on this page to advertise, so to speak. So if I come here to Who Needs Romance, you know, it might not have as many images on it. So, you know, so like right here, here's an image that they have put in there. Here's one that they've put in there.
Oh, so that's somebody else's stuff.
Yeah. So, but a lot of this stuff is mine. Again, this is one of the first ones. See, I created this a long time ago. So there's some of this stuff I could probably come in and take out, like this image right here. This just not pleasing to the eye. But you know, there's different things that you can come in and, you know, just give them access to do, give them room to advertise. They don't have a whole lot of room to advertise on here. So that's why we say about under every 150 to, you know, 75 to 150 words, you want to put a picture so that Google can come in and maybe at the 50th word or whatever, there's like, oh, I can throw a ad in here and it's not going to take away or be cluttered up against their advertising or their pictures.
But
So
for right now, we can just play with it. And as we get more experienced, okay.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I say it's your website. You can do whatever you want to with it. And as you grow and mature, you'll figure it out. You know, You know, we just guide you along, but if it's something you really want to do, by all means do it. We're not stopping you or telling you you can't. You're not going to get your hand slapped or nothing like that. It's your website, you know. But as you grow and develop, you're going to learn that maybe you don't need that particular picture there. You can move it somewhere else and still get the same results and have the same meaning for it. So, but that comes with growing and developing and learning not only how to utilize your website, but growing yourself. That
Okay,
makes sense.
I got a question now.
Okay.
The TV ad that you were having me working on, it's getting paid to watch TV. Do you also need to include that it's free TV?
Yeah. Now the free TV, the thing about it is this a paid premium TV part of it is paid. So when they go to register, they're going to ask them for their credit card information for the premium program. They get 30 days of free premium TV. So after the 30 days, if they don't want to keep paying the $49.95, they just stop it, and then they will have access to just basic TV channels, which I don't think is, I think there's only like 10 or 15 channels for free, but they will get 30 days of free TV, of the premium TV. So as they add channels, they'll get access to that for 30 days. So I'm modifying that to put in there that you get 30 days of free premium TV. And then if you want to continue with the upgrade, you will continue with the $49.95. If you want to stick with just a free basic TV, then just cancel your subscription and you have the free basic TV. But I don't think anybody's going to cancel after they get access to those channels. And like I said, they add some to it about every month. They're adding a couple channels as they get permission and get all the legal stuff out of the way. They're adding channels to it. So, I mean, like I said, I've already saved tons of money because, you know, I have DirecTV, but I had to pay for Boomerang. I had to pay for Disney. I had to pay for, what was the other ones? There was like 3 other channels I paid. Oh, the football. We had the football thing for Steven Sports, whatever that was, so that he could watch football channels, all of those. And then the Nickelodeon Kids, I think, or Nickelodeon, one of those we had to pay for through DirecTV, and they were all like $15 or $18 each. So for $49.95, I get those with my package. So just getting rid of those 3 on my DirecTV saved me the money. You know, actually, it's less. So you just have to pick and choose what you want to do. I'm still got my DirecTV because I've been with them since they started. And there's certain programs that they don't have yet, but as they get them, I'll probably get rid of DirecTV eventually.
Right. Well, back to the question, including the getting paid to watch TV and it's free TV.
Yeah, that's why I said you need to let them know that it's only free for 30 days. And then they get paid to watch it as long as they have it on. I have one of my computers that's all it does is it has that TV on it, and the kids come in and watch their shows on there. And then I also have it on my TV, and it actually pays you to watch it. So it accumulates, and then every month you'll go in your tipping circle and you will see added money in there that once you pay for it, it'll be in your dashboard that, hey, you watch so many hours, you get paid so much. And it'll be in there. And then once they get everything fixed, you can actually go in there and cash that money out and send it to your PayPal account.
Cool. But how do they know that you're sitting there watching the show?
It's all on logarithms. The minute you log in and start watching a show, it clicks on in the back office in a logarithm. Just like you do with your cell phone. The minute you click on your cell phone, it knows that you're using minutes on it. Same thing with this TV program. The minute you click on it and start watching it, it starts accumulating the time that you're on it.
Okay. Well, I changed my title around to getting paid to watch TV. Who does that? You know, it went on that, and I forgot all about it being free TV. And I thought, oh man, am I supposed? That was one of the questions to you. Am I supposed to put free TV in there? Incorporate that somehow?
No, that's what we were doing today. In your slug, you need to put TV.
Okay. In
your slug. But if you're modifying the ACTV, just leave free TV in there, and then we'll create another page on our next training session.
Okay. Well, I done erased it out now. I don't know how it was, so I had to go back and find Rory's page.
Yeah. Or you can leave it there and we can talk about it on our training. and
Okay.
see how it like I said, the main thing you want to concentrate on is getting your content down. And then, you know, your instructor can help you with your slug and your key phrases if you need help. Or even go into the student chat and say, hey, I'm writing this page on this. What's a good keyword? And I can look one up for you and send it to you. That goes for any of you. If you're creating a new page and you're not real sure if you are using a good key phrase, just put it in a chat. Say, hey, I'm using this as a key phrase. What's the numbers on it? Or is it a good key phrase? And I can always look it up in Jaxie and let you know what it is, if it's a good one or what would be a good one compared to what you're writing about. So, but write your content first. That's why I always say write your content first.
I can't read my writing, Sheila.
Oh, I do that all the time. You have to see me sometime at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like, what does that say on that page?
I cannot read my own writing. Go, golly, what was you trying to say there? I can't even read that. It's
I
'cause
need to say goodbye.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say if there's any more questions, because I'm going to get on the road shortly. I got to go see my mother and my mother-in-law.
Awesome.
So,
well, you be careful.
All righty, y'all too. So any more questions before we get started, before we leave?
I do.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay, I should be quick. Okay, I have a student who's she's getting the memes, and she has her fine line permalink to be fine-wine-lives-magical-moments. Now, graphics is telling her that that's too long.
It is.
Oh, all right, okay. And so now they're telling her that it should be 15 characters, and so it's 15 characters starting at fine wines.
Oh, 15 characters starting with her web address. 5e, like mine, 5e95. Yeah.
Ah, that's what I thought. Okay, so starting with her web address.
And see, that's the thing. That's what we went over today. If she changed her slug to fine wines, she can leave her title what it is.
Oh.
Go and tell her to change her slug to fine wines, and she will be fine.
Okay, all right.
Then that way her link is fine wines, but she still has her title, whatever her title is.
Okay, so she could keep it that long thing as long as she changed her slug.
Go to her slug and don't put dashes in the slug. Just type it out, fine wines, and then update. And she might get a reading on her SEO that says her slug doesn't match her title. That's fine, as long as she stays green and green. And if she's used fine wines anywhere in there, if she's just used wine, she might need to go and say wines. You know, if she's only used wine in her title, she might need to change it to wines. But just go and change her permalink unless she has already advertised that page. If she's advertised that page, she's going to have to create another page.
Okay. Now, if you change the slug, that changes your permalink, correct?
It changes your permalink, but not your title. And your permalink is your link that they're using in your memes.
Okay, and in her ads, if she's posting ads.
If she's posted an ad to that site, she's already used that link she's got in there, then she can't change it because it's going to bring her ads to a page not found.
Okay.
So find out first, have she advertised that page? If she says no, then just go in and change the permalink. Not the permalink, go change the slug to fine wines and she will be fine. They can use that.
Okay. Sheila, so we only need that specific phrase, like the fine wine and the TV and the page of chat, just for the memes?
Yes, if you're in the memes program.
If you're not getting the memes, it doesn't matter what you put in there, right?
Or if you are in Tipping Circle. And the reason I say in Tipping Circle, there's only 3, so let me show you those. So if you're in Tipping Circle.
Right, yeah, it's the chat, the wine, the chat, the TV, and
the chat, the TV, the play the game, and the Helium Hub, Helium Hotspot. Then you needed the performance giving, fine wines, and health. Those need to be the 3 because now these are linked. Remember they used to be linked to Rory?
Yeah.
now they should be linked to you. So if I click on this one, if you have the PGN page that says PGN, I click on this and it should go to mine. See, 5e95.com PGN. So now
So you
this
have to have PGN as your slug.
Yep.
Okay. I got the page, but I don't have it as PGN.
Yep. So just if you have the title already, just change your slug so that it matches what these are. Same thing with here, Fine Wines.
Yeah.
So it's going to My Fine Wines. Used to it went to Rory's, but now it's going to mine. So now anybody that signs up for Tipping Circle for me, this is my Fine Wines page.
Yeah.
Same thing with health. See, I don't have just a health page. I have my health category, but because health is the first word, see, I don't have health that goes to health fitness because that's what my slug is, but health is the first one. So this is one I got to go in and fix because it's old. I've never messed with this after I got it. So I need to go in. This has got to be revamped.
So what's wrong with it?
It needs to
It's
be
just old.
revamped totally. It's old, and I never mess with it because I just don't mess with the category menus. But I need to go in and fix this one because this has none of my Valentis stuff in there, and I need to put it in there.
Okay.
So that's the whole key to your category menus, is that it should go to your pages. Now some of the, like this coconut oil, it don't even work anymore, and I've totally changed that page. So these are probably all broken links. But I think it's going straight to the ad. It's not even going to a page in my system. So I know I got to revamp it, but it's still going to where it needs to go to.
Okay.
So as long as you have that title, like PGN, even if when I went to my PGN is the first thing on that title, and it's the first thing on my slug. So that's why it brought it to this. Same thing with health. If you just have a page that's titled health in the slug, it'll go there. But like my health and fitness, health is the first thing in the slug, so it automatically pulled up that page. So if you have a page already created for P&G or for performance giving, if you just go in and put P&G or PGN in the first part of it, it'll pull it up without you having to change anything. Same thing with
Just in the
health.
slug. Just in the
Yes,
slug.
just to the slug.
Okay.
Just to the slug. You can still leave your title just to your slug unless you've already advertised it. Then if you've already advertised it out on your advertising site,
you gotta go change it.
You have to change it. Yeah, you have to edit your ad so that the link matches, or it will go to a link page not found because you changed the slug.
Found that out the hard way.
Yeah.
Sheila, I thought you said that if you'd already published it, if you already set it out advertising, you had to just make another page.
Yeah, unless you know where all your ads are, then you can just go in and edit your ad and change your link. See, I put so many out there, I can't remember. So that's why if I know I've advertised that page, I just go in and create another page because there's no way I can find all my ads.
Right.
And you never want your ads to come to a page not found because number one, people will think you're a false ad, false site, and number two, they'll think you closed down. Or you're not there anymore and they won't look at you. So you don't ever want to you always want to make sure if you can't remember where all your ads are and you're just like, man, did I post it? And you know you've already posted it. Don't change anything that you know you've already posted ads to. Just create another page.
Same thing with pages and draft.
Yeah, it's just the simplest way to do it. Because you don't want to go out there and have some hanging ads out there. You don't want to get a bad rep with your website. Okay. All right. I'm done for the day unless there's anything else.
One more.
Okay.
Okay. I have a student who's in Valentis. She's on a loyalty purchase. She wants to switch her loyalty purchase, but the product she wants to get is not listed in the loyalty purchase.
That's
and
fine.
If
all she has to do is go in and cancel her loyalty purchase, then go straight under order and just order the one she wants. It's not going to be under loyalty, but she'll still get the same thing. And then next month when she comes in, just go ahead and switch it back to loyalty if there's a different one she wants to try.
they should get same BV and the whole bit.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I do the same thing because the one I want is not under loyalty. So I always have to go in and remember every month to go in and order because it's not under the loyalty purchase.
because she wants the, I'm gonna mess it up, the Slim Roast Optimum Cocoa. And we looked on the order, I don't even see it there.
I think they've taken the cocoa, no, it's under thermal roast cocoa now.
Oh,
That-
so
yeah.
you think it's the same thing,
It's the
but
same
only
thing.
thermal roast?
Yeah, it's thermal roast
Oh.
cocoa. I
Yeah,
saw
that's
it.
what
Oh,
you told
perfect.
me.
Yeah,
That's what
they've
you told
changed
me.
it to, yeah, they've changed it to thermal roast cocoa now.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Sheila, one quick question. I tried to contact Valentis because my product, I wanted their advice and their guidance on what would be different that would maybe work better with me. And I never got an answer. Do I have to delete the order? And I just don't know what to order. I asked for some help from them.
You're not going to get much for them because they don't have a phone system. All they have is email.
I did
And
email. I did.
and most of the time, I mean, I've emailed them. It takes 2-3 weeks before I hear back from them. So what do you want? I mean, what's
I
the
don't know what I want. The dark roast diet thing is just, I mean, I've done it for months and it's not working. So what else would be maybe beneficial that would be, you know?
Now the thermal roast, try the new thermal roast. It's good. I've been using the High Burn 8 the last month and it's amazing. I don't have to worry about mixing anything. At night before I go to bed, I take a tablespoon and I'm done. I don't have to worry about waiting until I eat because usually by the time I get ready to go to bed, it's already been a couple of hours, so my stomach's just about digested everything. So I've been doing that, and again, I don't have the cravings. It's the same thing, and I'm not having to think about mixing anything. I just take a tablespoon at night before I go to bed.
Say the name again.
High Burn 8.
The number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and when you say at night, do you teaspoon like just plain water or?
No, I just tablespoon.
In your mouth. Oh, is it liquid? Is it a liquid?
It's a liquid, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just put a tablespoon.
And
pour
several
it
hours
and
after
just
you
drink and just take it like you do medicine.
Okay, and 7 hours after you eat.
Well, I do it before I go to bed.
Okay.
So, but it says on the bottle that you shouldn't have eaten anything at least 2 to 3 hours before you take it. So that's why I always say before I go to bed, because we usually eat around 6:30, 7 o'clock. So I go to bed between 12 and 1. So I'm pretty good. I don't have anything in there.
All right. So now what do? I go and delete what I'm buying and put a whole new order in for this?
Yep. So if you haven't ordered yet, then
No.
all you have to do, if you already have a loyalty order, just go in and cancel your loyalty order. Then go in, if you're going to do another loyalty order, just find the High Burn 8 and go ahead and redo it.
Okay, because I don't want both of them coming to me.
No, yeah. So if the other one hasn't already processed, then go ahead and cancel it, and then just go in and redo the next one that you want to do, which is if you want to try the High Burn 8, put that in there, and then you choose the date you want it to ship out.
Okay. Yeah, I hope I was, like I said, I was trying to send them an email, but I didn't know that. I was trying to do it as fast in the beginning so they wouldn't send me the old one. But I'll try doing it now.
Yep. So you can go ahead. If it's not shipped yet, if it's not close to the ship date, then go ahead and cancel that and put in a new one.
Okay. Thank you, hon.
But I love that High Burn 8. I've tried it before, but I'm the type that I like to try everything that they have before I decide on one. The coffee was really good, but I'm not a coffee drinker. I really like the hot chocolate, but now it's getting too hot for me to be doing hot chocolate. So, and I'm not good with mixing water because I don't like water, but I'm having to drink it. So, but I can't mix and drink my water now. It has to be plain water, so it wouldn't do me any good to get the trim or any of the other ones because I have to drink just plain water. So that's when I went back to the High Burn 8. And
what category is under? I can't seem to find it under weight management.
no, just go to your loyalty order. So when you go into Valentis,
yeah,
I'm
in it.
Go to over on your left side. Go to loyalty purchase.
I don't see it.
All right. So when you logged into Valentis, do you see this right here? Look on the screen.
Oh, I just logged into offline. So what is? No, I didn't see that. I'm on the front page, like on the very front page, Valencia Produce products.
All right, so you need to go and log in under your website. I mean, under your thing. So you should go to loyalty purchase.
Okay, but I'm not. Oh, it's always so frustrating.
Because if you don't log in under your own Valentis information, you're not getting credit for it.
No, but I don't see where to log in on my own personal. Like, see, that page that you're looking at is not. I don't see how to get there. I don't
All
see
right.
there's log in on my own.
Okay, so we need to figure that out because you need to be able, because that's the only way you're going to be able to go in and change it is you have to log in under your login information.
Okay, I don't see where. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we need to figure that out. When does your next order supposed to come out, ship out?
I honestly don't know. I have to. I guess I'll have to look at an email they just sent me on the order is shipped thing.
Okay, so if your order shipped, it's already coming in. So
When is-
you'll get it in the next couple of days. So
Okay.
yeah.
Not everybody needs to know about this. I'll
Yeah,
ask.
we'll get together when I get back because I hear my husband out there messing with the car. So when I come back Sunday, I'll get in touch with you and see if we can get together maybe Monday afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you, sweetie.
All right. All right, guys. Like I said, my husband's out there revving up his car, so I guess that's my cue. I gotta get.
Bye.
All right, so y'all have
Thank
a good
you,
one.
Sheila, and happy Mother's Day.
You too, all my ladies. Happy Mother's Day, and we will see y'all next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.